Hi everybody, thank you for joining in. Hi Rink Bansal, I'm fine. How are you doing? Hi Anisha, hi Ami, hi Shamik. Right, we are waiting for Nidhi now to join in and then we can get the conversation going. Hi Roma. Hi Hamza, we finally, at least you get to see me. We've been trying to get in touch for a while now. Hi Shreyas. Hi Soul Miss Chintan. Hi Yogita, so good to have you here. Hi Abhishek. Okay, let me just add Nidhi in. Hi, yes, I'm doing very well, thank you. And I hope all of you are also doing well. We've had a rough patch in between, but happy to see that a lot of my friends, family have gotten out unscathed. Yes, Hamza, definitely taking you up on that offer. We will work on something creative. I can't wait for the podcast thing that we talked about. Let's get the conversation going. Hi, Bhavleen. So good to have you here. Hi, Neha. Hi, Red Velvet. There are a couple of friends who have names which are very creative, very different, but then it just goes off my head, as to what their real names are. So sorry about that, but hi, nevertheless. Right. So Nidhi is here. She's just joining us in a second. Hi, Vimal. It's so great to have you here. Hi, Nidhi.
Hi, Sandhya.
Hi, Manish. My brother has joined in, so I'll just say hi to him. Quite a few other people. Hi, everybody. Right. So,
Hello,
thank
everyone.
you. Yeah. Nidhi, you can also go ahead and say hello to a few people that you see.
Yes, so we have Rajat, Preeti from NLP. Hi, Preeti. So, yes, we have quite
Abhishek
few
is
of
my
them.
friend. Hi, Abhishek. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, thank you for joining us. You did see that we shared a creative. It said that we're going to talk about a few don'ts or things to avoid in an interview. Our collective experience over the past couple of weeks has been that there are a lot of people who are looking for jobs, a lot of youngsters who just cleared their last year and have come into the working stream now, and now are floating their CVs for internships, for higher education, for jobs, just putting themselves out there in the market now. So we thought that this session would add a lot of value to people like that who are looking for jobs. And it's also for people who are already in the market, in the industry, and now want to make a switch. So few don'ts that we both of us, and we were just thinking about it a few days back, that what are three basic mistakes that people do make in their CV, and sometimes you're not aware, sometimes, we see other CVs and get influenced by it. So today's session is about that. So again, thank you all for joining, and we start with this. While I see a lot of people are still joining us, Nidhi, we start with a bit of conversation. You were in Germany for quite some time, right? And you just recently come to
Right.
India. What do you think has changed here?
Oh, things have changed like on a global level, I think. So, I think it's the same, more or less the same story everywhere. This time it's not country specific. So, things are almost the same with respect to employment issues, with respect to change in the way of living and realizing and introspection. So I think it's the same almost everywhere. I came back for good. But after the second wave, now I feel otherwise. So, but then it's the same. I think whether
It's
it's
the same.
Germany, India, US, when we talk about specifically this subject, I think it's applicable everywhere.
Right. So I think it's the first time, right? Or maybe earlier, but we haven't really felt the impact of it so much. For the first time, the entire world is engulfed by this one issue. Having said that, while we are in it all together, let's draw our strength from it and move on. Our topic, Nidhi, today is the three errors one can avoid in an interview, right? So let's get started. Let me introduce you first, right? I mean, who are the two of us and why we are talking about it? Let's just give people a brief idea.
Right.
Right. So, guys, Nidhi is the founder of Bonafide Image Consulting. She's an image consultant and has been a senior certified image consultant, and practicing for over a decade now in India and I think abroad also. She's been training individuals and groups since a long while. She's also currently the president of Image Management Professionals Association Ahmedabad chapter. She's doing a brilliant job of it. We keep seeing a lot of activity by IMPA now, thanks to Nidhi. So that's her introduction, and she's been into training for a while now.
Thank you so much, Sandhya, for that introduction. Once you listen to your own introduction of what you're doing, you feel a little better that, yeah, I'm doing something good. Otherwise, you
Kuch
usually
to
fall
kar
into
rahe
that,
hain, yeah.
"Kya kar rahi hu?
Yeah.
What am I doing?" Yes. So I also know Sandhya since a while now, I think more than 10 years. And we have been associates, we have been colleagues, we have worked for certain projects together. So Sandhya is a certified image consultant. She also did her image consulting back in 2011, I think. And she is also an NLP coach and a soft skills trainer. She's worked with good pharmaceutical companies and good corporates here in Gujarat, and she's been associated with good brands on an at an Indian level also. She's been training lots and lots of students and candidates from colleges like NIFT, NIRMA, GLS, helping them with their CV writing and interview skills. So it's always so good to get associated with Sandhya because there's always an exchange of knowledge, exchange of skills that happen. And that's how we just thought that why not get together and, bring up something which is really, really beneficial for the candidates, for the job seekers this time.
Yeah. Also, maybe slightly more challenging than the previous years. Earlier, the candidates had the time to go to personal interviews, meet people, float their CVs, interact, network with people. But the current situation that we are in, I think people are very restricted in these kind of opportunities, which is why interviews online, sending CV to somebody, all of that has become extremely important because the physical aspect is not there anymore.
True,
Isn't
that
it?
also in fact gives an opportunity to somebody who's based in a certain state, but because they have the liberty to work from home, at least for a few months or years, they can now apply to different companies which are spread throughout the country or maybe at a global level, which I think in India was a bit of a restriction before.
Yeah, I think
So
that's a very good point, Nidhi. I was talking about the challenges, and here you are giving it all a silver lining that, just like the challenges, we now also have opportunities which have multiplied. People are not restricted to a geography, in terms of where they can apply or where they can work from. So, fantastic point there, Nidhi. Okay, let's get started with our first error that one can avoid in a CV. Right? According
right.
to me, that is the objective line. Yeah.
And that you mean in a CV or a resume, right?
Both, right? A CV or
Yes.
resume can have an objective line. People do write it. But I think the biggest error that they make in writing this objective line is they copy it. They don't make it relevant to the job description or the profile that they are sending the CV to. And three, you'll always hear that people use too many adjectives in these lines, right? I just share one experience, Nidhi, and this happens to me a lot because I do these pre-placement classes. So I get these guys who are applying for internships, and the objective line reads, I want to add value to the organization with my sincerity, hard work, knowledge, put my technical skills on display so that the company can, or I can add to the revenue of the company. And often I have to remind them that, you're applying as an intern to a really large organization, which will have hundreds of, or not hundreds, but tens of departments, multiple offices across cities. You are placed in one such city, in one such unit, in one such department as an intern, which is the starting point. You will not be able to affect the revenue of an organization. What do you say?
True. True, absolutely true. I mean, at that age, I feel they are so overwhelmed with the information that's there everywhere in bits and parts that I think it's not their mistake also to gather information just randomly. So, I always say that I've read this study, the Ladders study, which says that a recruiter will, just go through your resume or CV for 7.4 seconds. This was latest, which was done in 2018. Now, how do you expect a recruiter to go through your objective, which you rightly said, which is like 3-4 lines, they're copied from somewhere, they directly do not relate to the profile that they're applying for. So, and guess what? It's like the first impression of your CV or resume. It's the first thing that is there. Just right after the contact information. So I also feel that it has to be well put, well thought, right? I also give this example in my trainings that, just imagine that, visualize that there is a room, there is an interviewer who's sitting, and he sees the interviewee coming and be seated, and he says something like this. Please excuse me because I'm going to read this. The interviewer, the recruiter says that we are in a quest to find someone who can allocate dexterity from preceding experiences to perform a job to superiority. In addendum to facile and ardent task force will add value to company's long-term vision.
Okay, could you repeat that?
Zapped.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Could you
Yes.
repeat that? I mean, somebody has to hear that a couple of times, maybe have a dictionary handy
Yes.
to make sense of it.
And the interview is, I beg your pardon. And the recruiter says, well, I just repeated what you wrote in your CV. So it's so
Oh, okay.
funny
Yeah, yeah.
to, have that conversation where there are the initial few seconds of your interview and you start to feel uncomfortable that, oh God, I've already made a mistake.
Right.
So,
So
yes.
that objective line, yeah?
Right,
So,
yeah, right.
yeah, of course, we'll tell people also how to write your objective lines. So that's going to come at the end of the session today. So do hang in there. But you're right, writing really long objective lines, which, just create a lot of mystery around the candidate and, a lot of difficulty in understanding is not the right way, because in interview, just like for every opportunity, you want to be direct, you want to be clearly audible and visible and create fantastic first impression, which a heavy objective line does not create, right? So that's our first don't. How about the second one, Nidhi? Which one do you think is the second error?
So I think, Sangha, you put it so beautifully that the first thing that a recruiter sees is the CV or the resume. He sees it like online or in the hard copy. So that's the entry point. Then comes our verbal communication. So I'm going to tell you about the second point. You may add on to it. Before that, let me just ask you that, while we were back in our classrooms, in school classrooms, remember when we had these unit tests and exams coming up, we always used to be all ears to our teachers कि teacher abhi bolegi कि ये सबसे important question है, इसको mark कर लो. So, we used to get our highlighters and mark it and make sure that we learn it by heart.
Right,
You mug
yes.
it up because teacher ने बोला है कि exam में आ सकता है. So why to lose those 5-7 marks? And we used to, like, I have done it a lot. I have mugged up answers. I have,
We all have, right? Subah mein
Yes,
आधा घंटा you wake up first and you quickly go through and I remember remembering the starting point, because the moment you remember the starting point, the rest of the answer comes with clarity. So you're right.
Yes.
All of us have mugged our answers in the past, for sure.
Right. And this is how about, applying the same thing while you are going for an interview. we know there are some most common questions. We know there are frequently asked questions like, tell me something about yourself. Do you think a candidate will do justice if he mugs up that answer or if he memorize it to the T? Well, I think that's
I
going to
think
be a
people can
blunder. So,
understand, right? When you
right.
say something which is learnt, like our speech today, right? If we had gone and learnt the whole thing, do you think it would sound this natural? We would sound whatever we sound right now. I hope we do sound confident and we sound like we know what we are saying. And that it's a thought thing. However, it's not a mugged up thing.
Correct. So it's good to be aware of what are the kind of questions that are going to be asked. Well, that will also depend on the kind of profile that you're applying for. It's good to be prepared. It's good to do the homework. However, I think this is also has to be customized. And there are a few tips and tactics and strategies around it that can make, things easier. So I think the second most common mistake what we face when we recruit staff or people into our team is that they mug up the answers, they memorize the answers, and it's so apparent that you can't ignore that.
Right, right. So second point is do not mug up. It's the verbal communication. Ensure that it
Communication.
flows naturally. Be prepared, but don't be over prepared by mugging things up. ये board exam नहीं है. Right?
Right.
And it's not a one-sided exam also. It's a dialogue you're going to have, which will be dynamic. It is not a very preset formula that you're going to follow in an interview. Right? So fantastic point, Nidhi. Right. So coming to our third point, right? The first one we discussed was objective line. The second was the verbal communication. And now third and very important point, very relevant point to the times that we are in right now, right? A lot has changed in the last 1 year. Like I said earlier, people had the opportunity to go make a first impression with their CV, second impression with their interview skills, third impression
Right.
with their group discussions, fourth with their psychometric tests, and also there were times where you could layer. Right.
Right.
However, now in an online environment, because there is no physical contact with the person up until you join an organization, kabhi bhi shayad nahi hoga, you'll probably be working for a few months also online. So it has become very important to be presentable. Right. Nidhi, would you agree that the third point in an interview, the third thing to avoid in an interview is shabbiness, is being unpresentable?
I absolutely agree, and it is people think, or the candidates think that because it is online we have some benefits of doubt, but that is not true. In fact, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, it's only our appearance till our torso that is visible online. So whatever one has to do, just they have to make sure that at least till your torso, whether it's grooming, whether it's body language, whether it's your dressing. So we say this as the part of the non-verbal communication.
Right.
So the non-verbal communication, though it's an online interview or offline interview, one has to be prim and proper according to the profile, again, what they are going to be looking forward to. So it's really so important, because I've heard it somewhere that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Absolutely. And that stands very true for your appearance, right? I mean, and I often say this in my trainings also, that if you're an unorganized person and if you're a shabby person, not only does your physicality, your dressing and grooming, all of it show it, the way you arrange your desktop, the way you keep your car, the way you basically, even arrange your thoughts in your mind, all of that is linked with that one characteristic of your personality, which is being unorganized. So at least here in an online format where people can only see this much of your appearance, please make sure that you're organized and sitting at an appropriate place. Nidhi, I remember one, and I've said this so many times in so many talks of mine. There is somebody I know from a university here who is the placement officer, and she is also the interviewing officer. So when for university admissions, she takes a lot of interviews, and she was taking an interview of a candidate who was on a swing. So he kept going, yes, he kept going like this onto the screen, and finally this girl said, "Would you please stop? You are taking a university interview for a master's program. Why are you on a swing?" So I think a lot of times we don't realize the movement, the jerkiness, the shabbiness that we bring to a screen, but the opposite person definitely realizes that. And your seriousness is visible from how prepared you are physically for an interview. even if you're not physically present and you're only online, present online.
So true, Sandhya, because we also have to accept at the same time that we are in houses, especially in India, where I think you will not get a separate room or, a noise-free place. However, I think if that interview is something which is going to make or break your career, you better be planned and prepared, because I think for meetings, so say for example, if it's a meeting, my colleagues know me, my superiors or my subordinates know me. So if there is something happening around or in the background, they will still excuse me. But when the interview is on, I think actually not excuse anyone for making that mistake. So it is actually going to make or break your career. So whether it's your dressing or your grooming or the place where you're sitting and the background, these all things are really, really very important. But still, unfortunately, many people don't realize, many candidates do not realize this, and that's the third major mistake that candidates are doing, and we see that on and off.
Right. A lot of times, when I do these sessions for universities which are not in Ahmedabad or companies which are not in Ahmedabad, and I see the candidates actually coming from home in a regular outfit, going to the changing room, changing into more professional clothes, and then coming into trainings. So in countries or in cities where logistics is an issue and it takes you an hour and a half to reach some place, this becomes extremely important, to be well planned. Ahmedabad, I think we are in a smaller city, so to say. So we've had it easy so far. But especially now when everything is online and definitely more convenient than before, there is no excuse for tardiness.
Absolutely. I agree. I can't agree more to this. And I think, Sandhya, that because of pandemic, we have come into this mode of online interviews. They did exist before also. But because of pandemic, this online boarding of candidates has taken that momentum. However, I think it's going to stay. What do you think? Don't you think that it's easier for the employee and the employer also, to go with this online interviewing thing which is going on, or maybe a hybrid, online plus offline?
Right. I think it will eventually move to a hybrid screening that used to earlier happen on phone calls, right? Because people were not aware of these online mediums or they were not so hands-on with technology. I'm sure a lot of screening for interviews will now happen online. That's the first phase, right? Only then people will invest that kind of time and money in getting a candidate, personally to some place.
Absolutely.
Right. So we do have a comment from somebody who says that firm handshakes and all of that replaced with room setup with respect to lighting, background, and how you're sitting in front of the camera to retain the interest of the interviewer. Absolutely. All of these things are really, really important. And we are going to talk about this a lot more because we are also coming up with a webinar on interview skills and CV writing very soon. Do watch out this space for our notice for that also. We'll be telling you about when is the webinar, the duration, and who all people can join us. And of course, the takeaway for it. Our idea and interest in this live today was to reach out to all of you and make you more aware, considering that this is the time where a lot of appraisals will happen, a lot of new jobs will come up, a lot of people will be looking for a switch, will be looking for a better, smarter CV so that they can send it online. So that was our idea of coming up with Insta Live, and I hope all of you have heard us, have noted a few things, and will be able to apply this in your respective CVs and job interviews. Right. Anything else do you want to add, Nidhi?
Yeah, so I think, when we talk about ourselves, when we train and coach our clients online, we need a different skill set altogether. So when we talk about all these candidates or people who have like really good experience, new job seekers, I'm sure they will also have to look forward to, getting trained on this new skill set, which cannot just happen with trial and error, because they will not have those many opportunities where they can, lose that opportunity. But Yes, so there is this opportunity where we are coming up with this webinar. We are going to also touch upon a few nuances that will be very helpful for the online setup also.
Right.
So please make sure that once you're ready for applying, once your CV is professionally done, your resume is professionally built, and you are called for an interview, you have prepared for both, like the online setup and the offline setup.
Right. So do join us, guys, for the webinar that is coming up soon. We'll also have a short program, a 2-day program on CV or resume writing and interview skills, where we'll touch upon a lot of areas of CVs, interviews, psychometric tests, group discussions, do's and don'ts, basically the whole package that any new entrant into the industry or anybody who's looking for a job switch should look at. So I would request everybody to make a note of it and keep watching this space for more.
All right. Thank you all for joining in.
Nidhi, there is
thank you,
Archana.
Sandhya.
There is Archana. Puneet is saying, thank you, Sandhya. Thanks, Puneet, for joining in. Thank you, Meet. Hamza, thank you for the comment. It really got us started and gave us an idea to also talk about our webinar.
Yes.
Of course, everybody, Hiren, Pavan, there's somebody called Vagabond, Vic. Yeah, so we'll also talk about what kind of names you
so
should
he's the
have.
one who did this tattoo for me.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
All right.
That's so sweet of him.
Great. Yes.
Yes.
So lovely to see all of our friends and everybody joining in and taking a bit more knowledge out of this Insta Live.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Do keep showing your love to us and do keep connecting with us, commenting, and join us for the webinar also soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Anybody has any questions? Nidhi, we forgot that part where we interact with our audience, right? Anybody
yes,
have
I
any
think
questions?
because we were chatting, people joined in the chat. So that was really nice of them. But if you have any questions, please do. Thank you. So please let us know. You have our Insta handles. You can write in so that, when we conduct this webinar, we'll make sure that all the questions, all the doubts are addressed in that webinar.
Definitely. Yes. I think that's the webinar about. We're going to be addressing a lot of doubts and questions. Yes. So do put them, message to us individually or on this video, and we'll get back and, we'll come up with a webinar which packs all of this in. Super. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
We'll all see you soon. Thanks,
yes.
Nidhi.
All right. Thanks, Sandhya. Bye-bye.
Bye.